Dad, I understand now. What Vegeta kept saying was true. You're able to become a Super Saiyan. Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show where we take the sources you send us and really dig into them to find those crucial bits of knowledge.
And today, wow, we've got a big one. A topic that's just, electrified fans for decades to find a whole genre, really.
Exactly. We are diving into the legendary Super Saiyan transformation from the Dragon Ball series. You sent over a fantastic stack of material on this.
A really fantastic stack.
Yeah. So our mission today, unpack its origins, that incredible power, and all those surprising little details that make it so iconic.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? How it started as just this myth, this thing nobody had seen for, 1,000 years.
A power level supposedly so overwhelming you could only handle it in a transformed state.
Right. And we're going to look at the real-world reasons behind its most famous feature, that golden hair,
Oh, yeah?
and trace how it went from this ancient legend to, well, Vegeta's words, not mine, a child's plaything.
Okay, let's definitely unpack that journey. Starting right at the beginning, the dawn of the legend. Our sources say, yeah, over 1,000 years, just a whisper,
Yes.
a tale. Even folks like Grand Elder Guru on Namek seem to know something about it, hinting at, old encounters.
It was so rare, people figured it was just gone, never coming back.
And that rarity, that legend, that's what fueled Frieza's paranoia.
Hugely, yeah. Despite it being a legend, he saw the Saiyans getting stronger and stronger, and it made him nervous, intensely nervous.
To the point where he got informal permission from Beerus, the god of destruction, no less,
Which is wild in itself.
to just wipe out planet Vegeta, destroy the whole race, seemingly end the legend right there. He thought he dealt with it.
He really did. Extinguish the threat. Or so we thought.
But legends, well, they tend to transform, don't they? The myth was proven true, dramatically. Goku, Frieza, Namek.
The battle.
Yeah. And specifically, that raw, blinding rage when Krillin died, that was the spark.
That moment,
Ah.
it just burned into your memory if you saw it.
Totally. And for the record, manga debut was March 19th, 1991, chapter 317, Life or Death. And the anime. June 19th, 1991, Dragon Ball Z episode in 95, transformed at last.
But the story behind the design choices, that's where it gets interesting, almost funny.
Go on.
Akira Toriyama, the creator, he made the hair blonde. Mostly because it saved his assistant time.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Less time spent filling in Goku's black hair in the manga panels. Saved on ink and hours.
No way. That's brilliantly practical. For something so iconic, I would never have guessed.
It's amazing how practical things become legendary, right?
Right.
But it wasn't just about saving ink.
Okay.
There's a clear influence from Bruce Lee, too. Toriyama based Goku's intense eyes, that piercing glare, on Lee.
Ah, I can see that.
And the character designer, Tadayoshi Yamamuro, he even said that Goku's initial Super Saiyan pose, that scowling look, all Bruce Lee.
Wow. So it had that intensity baked in from the start, visually.
Yeah, absolutely. Which leads us nicely into the mechanics. How does this transformation actually work in universe?
Right, S cells. That's the key term here, isn't it? That's the one. You need a certain amount of these S cells. And here's the intriguing part. Saiyans with a, quote, gentle spirit, supposedly gather more S cells, hold on, a gentle spirit, for this incredibly aggressive transformation. That seems counterintuitive, especially for Saiyans who are, pretty much a warrior race.
It does seem like a paradox, yeah.
Yeah.
But battle power also increases S cells steadily, so it's a mix.
Okay, so how do those two things, gentle spirit potential and warrior power, combine?
Well, the gentle spirit helps build the potential, the S cell count, over time, but the actual trigger, that often needs something to override the calm and intense emotional spark.
Like Goku's rage over Krillin.
Exactly, pure rage. But it wasn't always heroic rage, Vegeta. He transformed out of sheer frustration, just pure anger at himself for not being able to do what Goku did.
Right, his pride was wounded.
Deeply. And Gohan, remember, he had to actively imagine Cell and then Frieza killing his friends and family to find that trigger during training.
So the gentle spirit builds the foundation, but you often need that raw emotion to actually ignite it. Makes sense. But then, how come some Saiyans seem to transform so easily later on, without the huge, dramatic trigger?
Good question. Two things there. One, Saiyans with just immense base power levels might have so many S cells already that they don't need that specific emotional push.
Ah, okay.
And two, inheritance. The hybrid kids, Goten, Trunks, even Cell, in a way they inherited a ton of S cells from their parents.
So they basically started with a cheat code, biologically speaking.
Pretty much, yeah. A biological head start. And there's another detail when she can transform.
Yeah.
Kaba from Universe 6. He taught Caulifla that she could trigger it by focusing energy into her back, making it tingle.
A tingling sensation, so no rage needed after the first time.
Exactly. It shows a level of control, mastery. It becomes more physical, less purely emotional once you've broken through.
Okay, interesting. Let's talk about the look then, the physical changes. It's unmistakable.
Absolutely. Golden blonde hair, stands on end, looks kind of like flames.
Right. And it's supposed to be all body hair, though.
Yeah.
The sources mentioned the tail thing is inconsistent. Sometimes it stays brown.
Yeah, that's a bit inconsistent across different media. But eyes go greenish-blue, muscles get more defined.
And that pulsing golden aura makes everything look brighter. Oh, and the bald sand thing. Nappa in Xenoverse 2 apparently gets a golden mohawk.
Yeah, apparently. It's a fun detail. But look closer at the eyes, especially Goku's family and Brawly.
Okay, what about the eyes?
They're drawn differently.
Yeah.
Full outline, sharper, narrower. Just like villains are drawn in the series.
Really? So Toriyama did that on purpose?
Seems so. To visually show that anger, that hatred inherent in the initial state, it underlines that this power has a dark side.
That's a fantastic visual cue, and it makes perfect sense when you think about the personality shifts.
Exactly. Calm Saiyans can become ruthless, impulsive, violently angry, even at allies.
Like Goku snapping at Gohan, telling him to obey before he lost his reason.
Or Kale in the Tournament of Power, just wiping out teammates in her berserk state. Broly blindly attacking everyone.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Were those early Super Saiyans just dangerous? Not just to enemies, but to everyone. Like the power itself was a warning.
It definitely felt that way initially. A real cautionary element about unchecked power.
Yeah.
But crucially, it wasn't permanent.
Right. They learned to control it.
Yeah, Goku and Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah.
Mastering full power Super Saiyan, making it feel as natural as their base form, regaining emotional stability.
So the rage isn't inherent to the form forever, it depends on mastery.
Precisely. Shifts from outburst to controlled focus.
Okay, which brings us to the power levels. The escalation. This gets complicated, right? The multiplier effect.
Yeah. Oh, good. The estimates are kind of all over the map. Toriyama's original idea was maybe 10 times base power.
Okay, 10x.
But then an official guide, Daisenshu 7, said 50x. Toriyama apparently thought that was an exaggeration.
50, that's a huge jump from 10.
Then you have games suggesting maybe 2.5x. And the English dub at one point said a 100-fold increase.
Okay, wait. 10x, 50x, 2.5x, 100x. How are we supposed to make sense of that? Does it just mean power scaling in Dragon Ball is more subjective?
That's probably the best way to look at it, yeah. Less about a precise number, more about it being a grossly overwhelming increase, a total game changer.
Right. Because Super Saiyan Goku just demolished Frieza, who minutes before was handling Kaioken by 20 Goku.
Exactly. And then future Trunks shows up and dispatches Frieza and his dad like it's nothing.
But then that level wasn't enough. Androids 17 and 18 just walked through Super Saiyan Vegeta and Trunks.
Right, which forced them to push further.
Yeah.
To find those uncharted levels beyond the first Super Saiyan.
And that connects to the whole child's plaything idea later on, doesn't it? By the Buu saga, Goten and Trunks are doing it easily.
Vegeta's exact words, yeah.
So what does that mean for the story? When the ultimate power becomes basic, does it devalue the original achievement or just pave the way for bigger things like Super Saiyan God?
I think it definitely sets the stage for more. The narrative had to evolve. It led to Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3.
And then the God forms. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue.
Right.
Yeah.
And even unique variants like Rosé for Deities, Golden Great Ape. The original Super Saiyan became a foundation, a stepping stone.
Okay, stepping beyond the main story for a minute, our sources mention some surprising users, like female Super Saiyans. Caulifla was first in the main series.
But video games like Heroes actually had them earlier.
And Pan and Bulla have the potential, apparently. Pan wants to do it because she thinks blonde hair would look great on her.
Yeah, that's reportedly her motivation. Vanity. And Videl, remember, her hair went golden temporarily during the Super Saiyan God ritual, likely Pan's energy inside her.
Wild. And the games really played with the mechanics, too.
Yeah. Xenoverse 1 had it drain energy, which was a challenge.
I remember that.
Xenoverse 2 changed it. No energy drain, just slower key game. And they added game-specific forms like Super Vegeta and Future Super Saiyan.
Adds tactical layers, but who are some of the really unexpected users?
Well, how about Captain Ginyu? In
Oh.
Goku's body, he managed it.
Get out of here. Kinyu.
Yep. And Nappa,
Yeah.
the bald guy. Xenoverse 2 lets him go Super Saiyan. Only his facial hair changes color, though.
A Super Saiyan goatee.
Okay, and you have Earthling Saiyan hybrids like Shallot and Beat from the games achieving it too. Shallot's was interesting. His tail turned gold.
Ah, the tail thing again. We'll get back to that. But first, some of the really fun meta stuff.
Oh, definitely. There's a super corporate freshman form. It's a parody from Dragon Ball Heroes. Goku in a suit, warrior of legend because of society's twisted ways.
Chuckles. Okay, that's amazing.
And Master Roshi briefly appeared as a Super Saiyan in a movie.
Roshi. Yep. And maybe my favorite tidbit. Gohan apparently kept a Super Saiyan observation journal, taking notes on his dad's behavior right after the Frieza fight. He was doing his own deep dive. That's brilliant. Okay, the tail dilemma. You mentioned Shallot's turn gold, but Goku's and Vegeta's? Sometimes brown, sometimes gold in Super Saiyan 3. What's the deal? Just artists forgetting.
It's mostly likely just visual inconsistency across different adaptations. Happens all the time. But there is an interesting theory
Go on.
that a Saiyan's tail stops growing permanently if their power surpasses a great ape's. So maybe becoming Super Saiyan stops regrowth, making the tail less relevant visually. So whether it turns gold is less consistent. Plausible theory. Okay, one last fascinating point. Chi-Chi. Her hating the Super Saiyan look, yeah, she really dislikes it.
It's not just her being overprotective or worrying about Goku.
Well, maybe partly, but our source is connected to a real-world social thing in Japan. A kid dyeing their hair blonde is often seen as rebellious and delinquent.
Oh, wow. So her reaction actually taps into a real cultural perspective.
Exactly. It adds another layer to her character's reaction. It's not just random nagging.
That's a great detail. Okay, so wrapping up. We've gone from this ancient myth to an absolute pop culture icon.
Yeah, we've looked at the surprising origins, saving ink, the SL mechanics, those intense personality shifts, the power creep.
You really see how something born from a practical need just exploded into this phenomenon that reshaped action anime and manga.
It truly did. So, thinking about all this, what's the takeaway for us? This deep dive, it really shows how getting extraordinary power often brings, well, extraordinary challenges, like that initial overwhelming rage.
Right.
And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you unlock some incredible inner power through extreme emotion, can you ever really wield it without consequences? Or is the ultimate goal, the true mastery, not just unleashing the power, but learning to control that surge, learning to manage the storm inside?